this place? Let's do that one more time. Oh my gosh. Rashmi, I am so excited you brought me here to Zion's Ethiopian Restaurant. I have had Ethiopian food before. I haven't ever had it actually at a restaurant. It's always been at people's homes. So this will be my first restaurant experience with Ethiopian food. Tell me, what made you pick this place?
I actually love Ethiopia and the Ethiopian culture. I have a few friends from there that are very close to us. This place specifically, I walked in when I found out that it's opened. I was like, I'm going to try it. I walk in and I order my food, and once the food arrives, when I start eating it, I was like really taken aback. I was like, wow. So I asked the young guy here who was actually behind the counter, and I said, who cooked the food, And he got a little stressed. He was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, nothing's wrong. It feels like, mom cooked the food, it's like mom's hand, And he's like, oh yeah, that's my mother in the kitchen, and she feeds everybody like she feeds us.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Rashmi, I know you've been in Richardson for a lot of years. How many years, and what part of town do you live in?
So I've been here about 26 years.
Okay.
Yeah. When I first came, and I've lived in every part of Richardson since I've come here. When I first came in here with a job at Fujitsu. So they put me up a real nice service apartment over in Renner Road. Eventually, when it was time for me to kind of consider now that I wanted to build something bigger, build my dream house, I looked at other places, looked at Plano, Frisco, looked at some beautiful, gorgeous model homes from Toll Brothers and such. But I just felt like can't really beat Richardson, the canopy, the tree canopy, the creeks, the parks. I couldn't find that anywhere else. So I decided to actually buy land, and I did that in West Richardson on Arapahoe, very close to where the new city offices are coming up.
Sure.
And I actually built my dream home for myself.
So I remember you telling me a story about like the name Richardson and how that was a part of how you ended up here in the first place. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
When I was a little kid, I went to Baptist summer school. I must have been 5 or 6. At some point, I converted myself to Christianity, didn't tell my parents, but eventually I did. And my father was like, why are you telling me now? And I'm like, because I need a Christian last name. And he was like, okay. And so he came up with this, and it was like it was just instantly there. He said, how about Richardson? And I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. And this was this was back in India, in a place called Calcutta in West Bengal. I didn't know at that time that there's a city by that name halfway across the world. So when I was in North Carolina doing my master's, I got interviewed by a company, and they said, come to Dallas for the campus interview. And I come into Dallas, and I got driven into Richardson. However, like when we were driving through Dallas, I was like, oh wow, I'm not sure I see myself here. I was on my way to California, by the way. I was looking for jobs, and back in '99. And when we drove in here, I was like, this isn't Dallas. And the driver, limo driver was like, no ma'am, this is Richardson. And I was like, dang it, I'm gonna get this job, and this is where I'm going to stay. It's like, it was like meant to happen.
I love that. All right, so Rashmi, I know that you are a person who has been living in the world of innovation for a long time. As a matter of fact, I'm thrilled that you're actually one of my advisors actually in the innovation subcommittee that I've created to kind of help inform me of what innovative companies are looking for. Tell me a little bit about the company that you work for today. It's your company, and just a little bit about kind of what you're up to, what you do for a living today.
Yeah, sure. Actually, first of all, I'm deeply grateful for Richardson itself. And as I said, the dots kind of connect for me. Richardson has been a place where it's been very interactive, very collaborative for us. Initially worked here for Fujitsu, worked at Fujitsu for about 15 years in optical networks. Eventually I quit and started my first startup called iCode, which was an education startup. I sold that in 2019 and started the first 5G standalone lab here in the city of Richardson, for which we were covered as a state of the city, because we were one of the first companies to make a first commercial call, a 5G standalone commercial call.
That's amazing.
And at that point we beat Ericsson by about a month as a startup. Eventually, when it was time for me to kind of, that was a startup I had joined. I wanted to come back and do another startup. So I decided I'm going to go back to photonics, back to optical. So I actually started a small quantum photonics research lab. And from that actually emerged a lot of different ideas. In fact, right now we are building the Texas Quantum Economy Alliance out of the city of Richardson, the entire quantum corridor, so just like, back in 2011, 2013, 14, there wasn't really an ecosystem for STEM education, and we kind of built one up. I guess I came to quantum and I realized there isn't an ecosystem. So again, I guess I embarked on building the ecosystem again, one more time.
Yeah. Okay, so Rashmi, we're at one of your favorite restaurants. Now I need to know, what's normally your favorite dish here?
Actually, my favorite dish is the veggie combo.
Okay.
And it's a pretty elaborate setting. It comes with many vegetables. But I think today I might order the Doro tips.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's like a chicken dish, you say?
It's a dry chicken with jalapenos.
Okay, that sounds delicious. I'm actually going to choose your favorite, which is the Ethiopian veggie combo. It does look like it's going to have a lot of really great things, so I can't wait to give it a try. I am really excited to give this a try, so bon appetit. Oh my. It's so good. I love that. Rashmi, I'm so excited that you brought me here to Zion. This was delicious. Everything was great. This ceremony and the wonderful coffee, everything has been exceptional. I am ready to proclaim you, if you're okay and ready to accept this, I'm ready to proclaim you a true Richardson foodie.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course. And I'm looking forward to introducing you to another Richardson foodie and another local gem on Meals with the Mayor.